Hi, Mr. Lawyer. Can you review this contract that I had an AI program draft? I'm Mike Steger. I'm a trademark and copyright attorney, and I'm going to answer that question right now. So the answer is yes, I can review this contract that you had AI draft. It's probably not going to save you any money, and it's probably actually going to cost you more than it would to just have me draft a contract from scratch, or even if you brought a contract that you got from a focused online legal service. So what do I mean by that? I've spoken on online contracts before. I've spoken on do-it-yourself contracts, but a contract that you are having a computer draft is only as good as, first of all, what you asked it to draft, and second of all, the knowledge base that the program is looking at. And you may have all kinds of things you want in the contract. They may not be appropriate. The program many times is going to draft whatever it thinks you want, not necessarily what you need. And if you're not an attorney or you don't have a lot of experience in this field or experience with these contracts, you're not going to really know what the contract says or if the right provisions are in there. I practice in the IP space, also in entertainment, and a lot of times with contracts, the biggest issue is not what's in the contract, but what is missing from the contract. And without that kind of experience, you don't know what's missing. Someone came to me recently with a contract that they had created through AI, and it had all these provisions in there that were supposedly deal points with the client's counterparty, but most of the provisions said the parties will agree to discuss X, Y, and Z in the future. Well, that's an agreement to negotiate. That's not a contract. So, I'm at a bit of a loss for words, which is rare for me in one of these videos. But you really need to know what you're going to get from one of these programs. Typically, if you are working with a competent attorney, the attorney is going to be more efficient than you trying to create something with AI and then have the attorney basically have to strip that contract down to the studs and rewrite it. It's usually going to be much more efficient to have the attorney just work from the beginning. A lot of times attorneys are working from forms that they have worked with many times, and they know what the relevant provisions are. So I'm Mike Steger. If you have questions about your contracts, whether or not they have to do with intellectual property, I'd be glad to talk with you. Give me a call.